Welcome to Measure Learning, the flexible and convenient way to help you achieve your professional goals with both live remote and in-person proctoring. This video will show you what to expect with your in-person testing service. Let's walk through a proctored exam so you can be ready for a smooth testing experience. As you prepare for your exam, please be sure to note the requirements needed for test day. You will be required to bring a few items to test. Please be sure you bring a valid ID as well as a printed copy of your confirmation email, in addition to any permitted resources outlined by your testing organization. On the day of the scheduled examination, please arrive at the secured proctoring test center 15 minutes prior to your appointment time to check in. When you arrive, you will be greeted by a test center proctor. You will be asked to complete a sign-in form, logging check-in time and signature as well as present a valid form of ID. Check-in procedures for proctored exams require that all candidates present a valid form of photo identification, as well as the test center confirmation email. Please note that the name on your ID must match the name on your confirmation email, so please ensure you register with the full name on your ID. You might be asked to present 2 forms of valid ID per your test sponsor's guidelines. Please review your testing organization rules for details on specific requirements. During the authentication process, the proctor will verify the candidate's face and signature match the photo and the signature on the candidate's ID. After you are authenticated, the proctor will review all testing policies and procedures, including the time allowed for the examination. Please make your testing organization aware if you require accommodations prior to exam day to ensure your accommodation is set up and permitted. After reviewing the testing policies and procedures, your proctor will review any allowed resources and provide you with a secure locker to store your personal items while testing. In this video, you'll see an example of a candidate presenting a jacket with pockets which would not be permitted in the testing room. The candidate is informed, and she stores her jacket in the secure locker. You'll be given a key so you can lock your designated secure locker to ensure the safety of your personal items. You'll be able to retain the key for the entirety of your testing session. Once your personal belongings are secured, the proctor will continue the check-in process. Your proctor will check all pockets for any material that must be left outside the testing room. Additionally, proctors may ask to check your pant and skirt hems and shoes, as well as any loose-fitting clothing to confirm no unpermitted materials are present. The proctor may also ask you to remove your glasses for inspection. Finally, your proctor may ask you to remove and inspect any jewelry including watches, bracelets, and rings. You'll be able to secure those personal belongings in your locker, but you could also leave those items at home if you prefer. Next, your proctor will remind you of any break procedures as well as how to get assistance if you have questions during testing. Once your check-in is complete, you and the proctor will quietly enter the testing room and proceed to the assigned testing area. The proctor will log into the computer and enter your information to pull up your specific testing session. Once your testing session has been retrieved, Measure Learning will redirect you to your exam site. Depending upon your exam site's configuration, you may be required to log in. From there, you will select the appropriate exam from the exam site. In some cases, your proctor will need to enter an exam password for you to begin. It is important to note your exam timer will begin after this check-in process has been completed. Once you are successfully in your exam, the proctor will remove your printed confirmation email and return to the monitoring area. If you need assistance during your exam, please raise your hand and a proctor will approach you to address any concerns. In this video, the candidate is asking to use the restroom. A proctor will escort the candidate quietly out of the testing room to the restroom facilities. If the restroom had multiple stalls, the restroom would have to be checked by a proctor before the candidate entered. Following the break, the candidate will be escorted back into the testing room. A proctor will ensure that the candidate can begin testing as the timer has continued to run. If the candidate has any questions, they will be addressed and then the proctor will leave the testing room. Our proctors are highly qualified individuals who have considerable experience in test administration. Our proctors lead the industry and proctor quality assurance with our exclusive test proctor training and assessment program. The testing center personnel will closely monitor candidates during testing, including check-in, permitted breaks, and check-out, in order to provide a secure and consistent testing administration process and provide, detect, and report any examination malfeasance or disturbance. Any unusual, disrupted, or unwarranted activity by a candidate is immediately addressed by a proctor. These situations include but are not limited to attempted unauthorized movements in the testing room, unprofessional contact towards testing personnel and talking to other candidates in the event of irregularities. Measure Learning and our partners will support any investigation into the incident to provide as required to the test sponsor. When you have completed your exam, please raise your hand to indicate a need for assistance. Your proctor will return and begin the checkout procedures, including confirmation the exam was submitted successfully. If made available via your testing organization, your candidate's results page can be printed, and the test driver will be closed. At this time, your proctor will also collect any provided testing materials such as whiteboard and pen. You and the proctor will then quietly exit the testing room. After exiting the testing room, you will be able to retrieve your personal belongings from the secure locker and return the locker key to the proctor. If your results page was printed, the proctor will provide you with a copy and will ask that you complete the sign-up form for checkout time. At this time, your proctor can address any post-examination questions you may have. If you don't have any questions, your checkout process will be complete, and you'll be able to exit the testing center as appropriate. Thanks for your time and good luck on your exam.